The Prince and the Mermaid. The ocean churned with anger. Beneath the surface, where sunlight danced in rippling patterns, the merfolk of Aquaria prepared for battle. Their city, a breathtaking kingdom of coral spires and shimmering sea glass towers, pulsed with ancient magic. Schools of fish darted through archways of living rock, and glowing anemones swayed like lanterns in the deep. But the beauty of Aquaria could not mask the storm brewing within its heart. In the grand throne chamber, Queen Nerida sat upon her shell-carved seat, her silver hair flowing like mist around her shoulders. Before her, warriors armed with tridents of enchanted pearl awaited her command. Her eldest son, General Kalen, stood tall, his expression hard as stone. "The humans have struck again," Kalen said, his voice unwavering. "They have burned our reefs and poisoned our hunting grounds. If we do not retaliate, they will drive us into extinction." Queen Nerida's gaze was cold as the deep. "Then they leave us no choice." War had come. Above the waves, the kingdom of Eldoria made its own preparations. On the horizon, warships lined the waters, their iron-plated hulls gleaming beneath the setting sun. King Aldric, ruler of men, stood at the bow of his flagship, staring out over the dark sea. The wind whipped through his greying beard, but his grip on the hilt of his sword was steady. "They will answer for what they've done," he growled. "They took my son. Now I will take their world." For years the humans had feared the merfolk, believing them to be monsters lurking beneath the depths. But fear had turned to hatred when one of Eldoria's greatest fleets had vanished without a trace. Whispers spoke of sirens dragging men into the abyss, of vengeful sea spirits claiming lives in retribution. But King Aldric had no use for whispers. His son, Prince Elias, had been aboard that ship, and if the sea had taken him, then the sea would pay. As war brewed between land and sea, one soul drifted between the tides of fate. Deep beneath the surface, hidden from the eyes of the warring armies, a lone figure swam toward the shore. Princess Seraphina, youngest daughter of Queen Nerida, knew the dangers of the surface world. She had been warned never to stray too far from the safety of Aquaria, never to let human eyes fall upon her. But something called her, a feeling she could not name, a pull stronger than fear. She broke the surface in a secluded cove where jagged rocks formed a barrier against the open sea. The moon cast a silver glow over the shore, and there, beneath its light, she saw him. A man sat upon the sand, his clothes torn and damp from the waves. His dark hair clung to his face, his body bruised and weary, but his eyes, golden like the morning sun, held no fear. He watched her with quiet wonder, as though he had seen ghosts before but never believed in them until now. "You're real," he murmured. Seraphina tensed, ready to flee. "Who are you?" The man hesitated, as if searching for a name he had not spoken in a long time. "Elias," he finally said, "son of King Aldric." Seraphina's breath caught in her throat. The enemy, the lost prince, the reason her world was at war. "I thought you were dead," she whispered. "I was meant to be," Elias admitted, "but the sea had mercy on me." He studied her, his expression unreadable. "Are you like them?" Seraphina frowned. "Like who?" "The ones who sank my father's ships," Elias said, "who dragged my people into the depths." Her chest tightened. "And are you like the men who hunt us, who spill poison into our waters?" A silence stretched between them, thick with unspoken truths. Yet in that moment, they saw not enemies, but two lost souls caught in a war neither had chosen. Night after night, Seraphina returned to the cove. She and Elias spoke of their worlds, of duty and loss, of dreams beyond bloodshed. He told her of golden fields that stretched beyond the horizon, of music that danced through the streets of Eldoria. She told him of the deep, where glowing creatures wove constellations in the water and the tides hummed with the voices of the ancients. "We don't have to be like them," Elias whispered one night. his fingers trailing through the water between them. But peace was a fragile thing, and secrets do not stay hidden forever. Seraphina's brother, Calon, had been watching. Furious at her betrayal, he dragged her before Queen Nerida. "You dare consort with the enemy," the queen seethed. "The son of the man who seeks to destroy us? He is not like his father," Seraphina pleaded. "He wants peace." "Peace," Queen Nerida scoffed, "while their weapons poison our waters, while they slaughter our kind? No, my daughter, this war will not end with words." Seraphina was confined to the palace, her magic sealed away. Meanwhile, Elias had been discovered by his own people. He was brought before King Aldrich, bruised and bound in chains. "You have betrayed your own kind," the king said, his voice heavy with disappointment. "Tell me, son, where does your loyalty lie?" Elias lifted his head, defiant. "With the truth, the war must end." His father's gaze darkened. "If you want to prove your loyalty, you will lead the final assault on Aquaria." The ocean raged as the battle began. Fire met water, harpoons clashed against enchanted tridents, and the sea turned red with war. From her prison, Seraphina felt the battle's fury. She closed her eyes, reaching deep into the magic tied to the very heart of the sea. With a whispered prayer, the seals on her power shattered. She swam to the battlefield, her voice slicing through the chaos. Enough! A great wave rose between the armies, a maelstrom that threatened to consume them all. The humans and merfolk faltered, staring in awe and fear. Seraphina turned to Elias, her heart breaking. "You have to choose." Elias, breathing heavily, looked at his father, then at her. Then slowly, he let his sword slip from his fingers, sinking into the abyss. "I already have." King Aldrich's fury was lost beneath the roar of the sea. The merfolk, seeing Seraphina's sacrifice, lowered their weapons. The humans, witnessing Elias's defiance, hesitated. The war could not continue. And so, in the silence that followed, peace was forged. But peace did not mean acceptance. Elias and Seraphina could not remain in their kingdoms, both seen as traitors, both no longer belonging to either world. Hand in hand, they swam beyond the boundaries of Aquaria, into the unknown depths where no human had ever ventured. Some say they disappeared into the endless blue, their love becoming part of the sea itself. Others whisper that they found a place beyond war, beyond hatred, a kingdom of their own. And so the legend lives on. The prince and the mermaid who stopped a war, a love that neither land nor sea could contain. Please like and subscribe and make sure you comment. It would be great to hear from you guys. And your support on this channel means so much to me.